Welcome to Laughs After Loss. I'm Emma.
And I'm Robin.
We're going to laugh. We might cry, but we are going to keep moving forward.
We're going to find new joy in life.
This podcast is all about finding joy after loss. And today we have the most amazing guest for you guys to kick off our first episode. Please join me in welcoming Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro.
It's great to be with you.
I want to clap. I'm so excited.
I'm not here to cry, though. I only want to laugh.
We're only going to laugh here.
Is that okay?
That is okay.
Great.
All emotions are okay.
I'm all in. Congrats on the podcast.
Thank
this
you.
is cool.
Isn't this
You
awesome?
guys are a dynamic duo.
We
Yeah.
think so.
We like to
Do
think so.
you think
She
so?
is my boss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A little
Smart.
bit.
Good
A little
call.
bit. Now, did you know this is not the first time all of us have been in the same room?
Talk to me.
It's been many times.
It's been many
times.
times.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you a little video.
Oh, my goodness.
We have seen each other before.
Okay.
All right.
This isn't the only time.
This isn't the only time, but it's
we
one
have
of.
it on. We have this on video.
It's one of. All right.
Gosh.
We're gonna roll the tape.
Oh my God, I'm in Dick's Sporting Goods and Governor Shapiro's here too.
The governor?
The governor. Of course, I knew him when he was a county commissioner and I talked to him.
Oh, so
on
he's
the
like
phone.
not a big deal.
It's not
Not
that
a
big
big
a
deal.
deal. It's just a bigger deal now than it was. Look, I think that guy with the plaid shirt, he's eyeing me because he thinks I'm a bad dude.
You're not a bad.
I'm not a bad dude.
But you are spying.
I am spying.
Plaid shirt.
I
I
am
don't
a
wear
friend.
plaid shirts.
So he's got security all over this place.
Yes, this place is crawling with security. I saw a woman coming in saying, I just saw Governor Shapiro walk in here, so I knew he was
gosh.
here. I told you
This is
that,
what
didn't
happens
I?
when I buy
Spot him.
cleats for my
Yeah, and he
kids.
thought, I gotta put my lipstick on in case I see him. As you know.
Right.
The lipstick was necessary?
The
Always.
lipstick was necessary,
Wow.
and as you see today,
Yeah. I
The
mean, the
lipstick
lipstick
is
looks
on.
great.
It's the same color.
Yeah. It looks great.
Thank you.
Okay.
so it's good to see you again.
Again, yeah. Well, we should have hung out at Dick's. It's a
I
great place.
know.
Great Pennsylvania company, by the way.
I think we were there doing a little retail therapy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him when that was.
Tell 'em.
That was the day after the 2024 election.
oh yeah. A lot of people did therapy that day.
Yeah.
What'd you buy? What was your go-to? And why Dick's?
I live right in Jenkintown.
Yeah, but not
so
like
Willow
the
Grove
mall
is our little
or-
spot.
Well, we love the clothes there.
They do have good clothes.
Oh, we're big
Oh,
in athleisure.
Oh, big
Yeah.
athleisure.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Big
yoga
athleisure.
pants, the whole
Yeah.
thing. So are you like into the aloe stuff or the Lulu stuff? Do you have like an opinion on this? I know.
Yeah, whatever's cheaper that day.
She got it. Rosie on my team, you wanted to be named.
Yeah.
Because yeah, she goes with whatever's more expensive.
Okay,
Big
Rosie, we
athleisure.
see you.
Big athleisure fan. Yeah. All right. Well, that's
we
cool.
love it. Yeah. So we are so excited to have you here today.
Yep.
And, our whole podcast, Laughs After Loss, we're talking about moving forward after grief. And
Yeah.
I think you are in such an interesting position as governor because, a lot of people think about governor as like policies and
Yeah.
governing and all that. But you also take on so much grief in that role.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about, what it's like dealing with the tragedy in Pennsylvania and showing
Yeah.
people that it's okay, things are going to be okay?
It's one of the hardest parts about the job that, candidly, I don't really talk about because in those moments of grief, it's not about my emotions, right? It's about what the others are dealing with, whether it's a police officer who's been shot or first responder who's been killed and talk to their family, whether it's someone who's just going through a awful life cycle event. They lost a loved one. I make a point to call, I make a point to reach out, I make a point to talk to them and to just try and comfort them. I hang up every call or end every conversation, always feeling like I didn't come up with the right words. But I hope that it offers some comfort to that person, just to know that I care about them and that Pennsylvania cares about them and we got their backs. I have found that those conversations, while brutally difficult in the minutes or hours after the traumatic event, they're important. Probably even more important is the call 2 weeks later when folks have kind of gone about their daily lives or on the 1-year anniversary of that trauma. And so I try and keep up with that as best as I can. And, build relationships with these folks who are really struggling and let them know we're there for them. I think that's an important part of this job. It's not in the job description, certainly.
No, not at all. But
But it's important.
that's exactly what
Yeah.
we were going to ask you is like one of the biggest questions we get.
Is what do I say to someone who's lost somebody?
Yeah.
And, the standard response is, I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
But that didn't feel good to Emma and I when we
It didn't?
lost our.
What felt good to you?
And that's the tough question because now even when one of my friends has lost somebody, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Even though we've gone through it and it's like, oh, we hated hearing sorry for your loss because I don't know, that felt so standard
Yeah.
and impersonal.
Thoughts and prayers.
I had some guy in college when I told him that my dad died.
Yeah.
I had him say, "That sucks."
And that made you feel better,
For
actually?
the first time, I was like, "Oh my God, yes,
Yeah.
this does suck."
Yeah.
I like that, Emma. I like to say, because this is how I feel, I just have no words.
Yeah.
Because it's so painful.
Yeah.
And I want to share with them that they're going to get through it and there is another
Yeah.
day. But it's so hard in that moment
Yeah.
to try and help somebody. But that's what Emma and I, our whole thing is turned into helping people
I think
deal
it's
with
awesome.
loss.
I think it's awesome. I am not an expert in this by any stretch, but
But I think you've become a sort of expert.
I
You're
don't
the
know.
father of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
That everyone looks to when things go wrong. One week you're dealing with 95 collapsed. The next week, you've been through a
Yeah.
lot and
Yeah.
had to comfort a lot of people.
Yeah. I find that while I never know what the right words are, a lot of the conversations follow like a similar cadence or a similar rhythm. There's sort of the stun that I'm calling in the first place and try and get through that. And then, I'll share some words that I don't know how they land on that person. And I'm sure to that person, it feels nice that the governor called, but it also feels a lot of like, I'm sorry for your loss type feeling. And then I have learned over the years to ask them a question. Tell me about your partner. Tell me about your father, what have you. And they tend to open up and just start talking. And my wife actually commented to me the other day when I made one of these calls to a police officer who was killed and called his wife. She's like, you just were listening. What were they saying? I said, yeah, I asked a question about him and they just went on and on and on and on. And I think in many ways, again, not an expert, but that's kind of therapeutic. And I think that's helpful. And it allows me to learn about them and then to begin to develop a relationship with the person who's grieving in a much deeper way because I can understand the relationship that they have.
And I
can
think
try and be
that
there
is
for them.
such an amazing thing to do. We talk about there's the blanket statement, I'm sorry for your loss,
Yeah.
but you actually asking about somebody's loved one,
Yeah.
like most people don't do that. And,
Mhm.
we've learned everybody wants to talk about the person who's died.
Yeah.
And most people are so uncomfortable to even like mention their name.
Yeah.
My cousin lost her parents and her little boy in a plane crash.
Mm.
This is in 2000. And she said to me, she taught me so much. She said, Robin, people are afraid to ask me about little Paul or say anything about him. And all I want, in her words, is to hear about him.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot from that, to know that I can go up to my friends like we discussed and I can say, I know this is a difficult day
Yeah.
for you and, I'm thinking about you and whatever. Those things really help
Yeah.
people.
I think so too. I've also found that, Laura and I are blessed with 4 kids. Now our kids are getting a little bit older now. I was at Dick's buying cleats for our 14-year-old at the time when you were spying on me. But I find that as a dad, the hardest thing is thinking about the kids, especially when they're little. I was just at a police officer's funeral a few weeks ago in like Berks County, a couple weeks ago in Berks County. And the hardest thing wasn't delivering a eulogy, wasn't talking to her husband. The police officer was a woman. Her husband was left behind. It was the 2 little kids.
Yeah.
And just, there are never the right words for them. And I think about my kids and I think about how vulnerable those kids must feel. And that I struggle with. And, but I just try and talk as a dad as best as I can.
Emma was 14 when Mark passed away. And so a kid. And that's one of the things we love about
Very mature one.
well, you
Sure.
can
You
tell
seem
look at her
very
now.
mature,
I
yeah.
mean, very mature, and now
Yeah.
she's my boss, and all
Yeah,
that.
we'll get into that.
We won't get into that, but we have a very young fan base, really, and so we talk to a lot of young people
Yeah.
all the time about they're losing a parent or a
Yeah.
sibling, and it's really important that they get to talk and
Yeah.
And I think one of the best things we did is we joined a grief group after my dad died. And I got to talk to other kids who were also
Who are
14,
going through it.
who were
Yeah.
going through the same thing. And so one thing we like to do on our podcast is one thing that we did in grief group. Every week we go around and say our name and a pearl and an onion, a good thing and a bad thing that's happened to us in the last week or so. Could be big, could be super small. So I'm gonna ask you. We did it in grief group all these
Oh my
years.
goodness.
Now I'm
You want a
putting-
pearl and an onion?
I want a pearl and an onion.
All
You can look
right.
right into this camera right here, say your name and give me your pearl and your onion.
My name is Josh. My pearl this week was the big NASCAR race in Pocono Raceway. I got to be the official starter. Waved that flag. Cars went by. That was pretty cool. And
Yeah,
by the
that
way,
is cool.
didn't drop the flag. Pretty impressive, huh?
And that's
Very.
the biggest pearl of all.
That's the biggest pearl. That's the biggest pearl. My wife goes to me, "Don't drop it." I'm like, "Why would you
the
let
pressure.
that enter into my brain?
now that
Like,
it's in my
why
brain,
would
I'm
you
gonna drop it.
that?" Right?
the pressure.
Yeah. Onion. Okay, so this weekend is my birthday and Father's Day. And Lori, who is an incredible leader across the country in the Special Olympics, she's done a lot of stuff with people with disabilities, is literally leaving for my birthday and for Father's Day to go with the Special Olympians to Minneapolis.
But she's leaving you the kids, right?
Yeah. So I'm like,
Father's Day.
like,
Happy Father's
book.
Day.
I gotta do all this stuff now. We'll be having a lot of barbecue. Yeah, that I can do.
Well, the kids will love that.
Yeah, that'd be cool to hang out with the kids.
And I was going to ask you because, this weekend's Father's Day and
Yeah.
our episode's coming out the day after
Day
Father's
after.
Day.
oh,
and
this
we
weekend
have-
was
I know.
terrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we have our big Father's Day tradition now. We go to the cemetery and we have a picnic, sometimes a pool party. We throw French fries.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was wondering if you have any Father's Day traditions that you and your family
Yeah,
do.
I mean, there's not a fry chucking contest. Though.
Right.
I love that. I thought that was just
Good
so
idea, though.
beautiful and real. Honestly, with our crazy lives, for us to do nothing is pretty amazing. Like to wear sweatpants,
Yeah.
to just be chill, to take a walk, to just like chill. That is the perfect day for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I'll be
have
doing it without
moments
my wife
where you get to
this
be
year.
dad and not governor?
Yeah, all the time. All the time.
What does that kind of look like?
Just like the normal stuff you're dealing with, kids have schoolwork, tests, chaos in the house.
know.
we got 3 boys who are at home this summer. Our daughter's older, she's out working, but like it's just like total chaos all the time.
Yeah.
Dad, can we have a catch? I need this. Can we do that? It's just like constant. So you sort of come in after this crazy day and it just gets ratcheted up to the next level. And there's nothing I would prefer. It's the
Yeah.
greatest. Probably the thing we enjoy the most normal thing we do is just crash on the couch and watching whatever the big sporting event is.
Yes.
We love sports. And to be able to sit on the couch together without interruptions from others, without people wanting to talk to us, and just being able to be chilled together, that's pretty
great.
special.
Speaking of sports,
Mhm.
I heard you were cut from the college basketball team.
Wow. You really want to sort
Yeah,
of poke
she's
a
really
finger at
bringing
my
up the
grief.
source.
Well, I'm
Subjects?
trying to get
Yeah.
the grief out here.
Yeah, yeah.
And how
She's
you
trying to
deal
make
with
you
it.
cry.
This is the crying portion of
Here's
the
the
program.
crying
Yeah,
portion.
yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So you want me to relive that?
Well, you don't have to totally
Yes.
relive it, but that might be fun for the audience. So
Yeah.
I really want to know how you dealt with it because, again, that's a loss.
Yeah.
And when you're young like that, because let me tell you, I lost cheerleader a lot in high school.
Oh.
So I know
Okay.
what that feels like, but
Yeah.
I did get it in college.
Did
so
you?
I
Head
did.
cheerleader, San Diego State-
Yeah.
San Diego
Well,
State
so
over
you
here.
get
Yeah.
cut in high school, but then you're the head cheerleader in college?
Well, I didn't win it. It was rigged.
Oh.
And that's
By the
before
way-
that's before I knew we could have a recount. I didn't know about recounts and all
yeah.
that.
You rigged the cheerleading election?
I didn't. Someone did. Because I should have won. I was that good. And I have witnesses, people from high school. You can DM me because you know I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, if you went to high school with Robin, comment on this video and let everybody know how good she was at her audition.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'd love to see
Yes.
that.
But
Okay.
but set the scene for us.
You want the scene set?
You're basketball obsessed, and
So I
then
graduate high school. I was good at basketball. Good, not great, but good at basketball.
that's what I was gonna say, but I didn't wanna put words in
And,
your mouth.
yeah, thank you. And
She's a high school coach, so she knows a
I
lot about stuff.
what do you coach?
Field hockey and swimming.
Oh, that's awesome. So, I mean, you know how important
Oh
those
my god,
moments
yeah.
are, and, so I go to college wanting to help people, like, do a career to help people, and my 2 examples in life were my mom, who was a school teacher in Philadelphia, my dad, who was, like, the pediatrician to, like, all the kids in the community, and I was really good at science and math and all that stuff in high school, so I thought, "I'm gonna be a doctor like my dad. I'm gonna help people," and I spent all summer training to go to the next level on basketball. Really felt like I had a chance to make the team. It was Division III, so not a scholarship situation. And my freshman year, I'm doing the pre-med track, and I'm working my tail off on, kind of whatever they call preseason basketball training.
Yeah.
And we get through preseason, through all that, and we're getting ready for game 1. It also happened to coincide with the big exam I had in my pre-med class. I get my exam results back. Out of 165 points on the sort of key exam you needed to pass that, that course in pre-med, I got a 4, like 4
Oh.
total points, and 2 of the points you got for writing your TA's name right. So I really got a 2 out of like 165, which wasn't good. I'm like, it's fine. I still got basketball. Go to basketball practice.
Won't be a doctor, but I can play D3 basketball.
Yeah, I can play D3 basketball, right? I'll be in the NBA. It'll be great. Yeah, the first like 5'8", 5'9" Jewish guy in the NBA. So anyway, have what I thought was a great practice, but I could tell, like, for as good as I felt like I was at the time, a lot of those guys were better. Like, I could feel it. I didn't want to admit it, but I could feel it. Coach calls me into his office after practice right before the first game, and I'm thinking to myself, this is awesome. He's going to tell me I'm on the team, and he saw how hard I worked, and he cut me. So now I've flunked out of pre-med, literally. I got cut from the men's basketball team, and it was like the first time in my life where I confronted failure, right? Where I literally failed at the things that I thought I was good at, that I set my mind out to go and pursue. Go
And
back.
there's so much grief attached to
Yeah.
that, like,
Yeah.
that expectations, right?
Yeah.
Those failures to meet your own expectations.
And it's your own expectations. I wasn't getting pressure from others, so much so that I called my dad to tell him, hey, Dad, I can be a doctor like you. And he was like, do whatever you think is best for you. Just like find your passion, which was literally the best advice.
And how lucky were you to have
Totally.
that?
Totally.
Because a lot of kids have, pressure.
Yeah.
Emma sees it all the time.
Yeah. And by the way, it taught me, and I think Lori was naturally like this, to not add pressure to the kids, right? To not add burden to them. If they're working hard, if they're self-motivated, then that's the best thing. Now, if they're screwing around, right, you can kind of push them along, but our kids are super self-motivated. They're doing great. Later that night, I'll just finish the story. Someone knocked on my dorm room door and said, hey, do you want to run for student government? I'm like, why would I ever want to do that? And the guy said, we got nothing else going on in your life. You might want to give it a shot. Looking back on it, that was a pretty pivotal day in
You're
my
like, was
life.
that the ghost of Hanukkah
And
Pass?
so, right, exactly. So look, I mean, I dealt with grief for a period of time, but the most important thing I learned was you get knocked down, you get right the heck back up, and you keep grinding, you keep going forward, and that's
And
what
when
I did.
opportunity knocks,
You
open
take
the
it.
door.
Yeah, you got to be open in life, even in those moments where you're down, where you're grieving. You got to be open to seeing things around you, and it's not always clear at that moment that it's going to be your pathway. I had no idea that it was going to lead to this, right? Certainly never imagined it, never set out to do this in life. But really looking back on it, that's where the sort of line began. And I was open to it. I was willing from failure to try and claw my way up and try something different.
Yeah, what would you tell 18-year-old Josh Shapiro, who just got cut from the basketball
Yeah.
team, sitting now here as governor today?
It's very interesting. I have made a point throughout my career to talk to high school students, college students, what have you. And 10 years ago, they'd ask me like a lot of really substantive questions about a bill or a policy or whatever. And that still happens to some extent today. But more and more, that 17, 18, 20-year-old, whatever, they're asking me about self-care. They're
Yeah.
asking me about
Really?
emotionally how I deal with things. They're asking me about failure and how you overcome that. It's very interesting how they're more in touch, I think, emotionally with themselves. And what I would say to them is do not listen to conventional wisdom. It's never wise. Be open to failure, which means you're taking some responsible risk in life, and learn from that failure and plow forward. Do not let it get you down. Do not let it set you back.
I love that advice.
I do
Yeah.
too.
And you say, don't follow conventional wisdom, but
Yeah,
that's
definitely not.
that's pretty big wisdom right there.
Yeah. All right. There you go. I said you kind of flipped that on
Yeah.
me.
You
Yeah.
like
Good
that?
job. I did. Yeah.
She's very talented.
That's why you're running the podcast and I'm just your guest.
And
Yeah.
I'm just her employee.
There you go.
She just calls me the night before and says, "What am I wearing
The
tomorrow?" I was
wearing
like, I
thing.
can't think about what you're
Oh, This
wearing.
is great. Do
Isn't
you
this
guys
cute?
coordinate or how does this
No.
work?
Well, she
No.
usually she told me I can't wear white, can't wear black, can't wear polka dots, stripes, no patterns.
Huh.
She like takes everything away.
Yeah.
So I woke up at 2 a.m. What am I gonna
What am I
wear?
gonna go
Where?
wear?
And
I
I
gotta go
just-
And
through
then you
all
went
3
to
of my
Dick's.
closets.
And you got a new outfit.
Yeah, well, this I just happened to have that
Yeah.
I just got recently, and I thought I'm wearing pink. I'm gonna be bright, stand out,
I love
and
it.
I
And
matched the
gorgeous.
little fry gal.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't that cute?
I like how you did that.
These are the little
Yeah.
question
Yeah.
cards.
And I think the jeans jackets are way back in now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, we got to take her shopping for some new clothes.
Yeah.
I
'cause
think it's cool.
Maybe
Yeah.
And the
maybe we'll run
oversized,
into-
that's back in
Yeah,
too.
it's back in.
Yeah.
And also, when you're only 5 feet tall, everything's kind of oversized.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of run into that problem sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to ask you about Lori. So I've
Sure.
seen Lori in person because
At
I've
Dick's.
Probably at Dick's Sporting Goods.
No,
Yeah.
when you give speeches, sometimes she tags along, and I've never gotten to meet her, but she just seems like such a wonderful human being. The things that I know about her and
Yeah.
how she's impressed you, and I do know a little bit about your story about
Mhm.
how you broke up and you wrote her this letter.
Oh, we're
Oh.
going there?
Is that okay? Well, I think our audience would love to hear about this because it really cracked me up.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I'm glad you laughed.
loved it.
Really, really glad you laughed. Thank you.
I did. I
That's great.
loved it. But your love was so strong and deep that
Yeah.
when you were that young, you put it all on paper. Does she still have that letter?
Yeah, unfortunately. So we met in the 9th grade, and
Oh.
man, I was in love with her from the second I saw her.
I love that.
And I flirted with her, I this, and that, and she wanted like nothing to do with me at first. Probably thought I was goofy. And we went out in high school. We were then on a break in college, and I didn't love being on a break. I did not want to be on the break.
Oh, so that was her idea?
It was her idea.
Because she was smart ahead of her years, though, right?
Thank you.
Because
Yeah.
well, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, she ended up with you, so
She did. I mean, I wore her down. It was like
yeah.
a
Well,
lot,
it sounds
yeah.
like it. Yeah.
So this was before email, and certainly before texting. So I wrote her my freshman year of college this super long love note,
Oh,
and I remember.
Always a good move.
I mean, it was poetic.
put it on paper.
I put it on paper. I like wrote it out. I talked about how we were like branches on a tree, always intertwined. I mean, it was beautiful.
Deep.
It was deep and it was good. And so then I went to like the post office on campus. I folded up the letter. I put it in the envelope. I did the stamp. I sent
You
it to
sprayed
her.
some cologne in there.
Oh yeah, a little
Boy, Emma.
Dracar. Remember
Yeah.
the Dracar? Yeah. Well, you don't remember. You're too young. But anyway, I sent it to her, and I figured we were actually both in college in upstate New York. I'm like, it'll take like 2 days, and then she'll call, and hopefully I'll be in my dorm room when she calls because there's no cell phones, and I'll answer it, and she'll say, "I love you,"
And
we
all
would
would be right in the
come back
world.
together,
Yeah.
and it would be like
A
say
fairy
anything,
tale.
right, with the boombox. And she never called, and she never wrote me back. And when we were home for like a break, our family's really close friends, went to high school together. We were together, and I said, I wrote you a letter. Make sure you got it. She's like, I got it. I later learned that she got the letter. She thought it was so extra that she invited all of her girlfriends to her dorm room and staged a dramatic reading of my letter. Yeah, I know you're laughing. It's
I
an
love
awful
it.
thing.
I'm laughing because I
And-
would do the same thing.
You would?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You're
Oh,
a
yeah,
think
she's
horrible
bad.
we
person.
did.
Why
She's
would you do
bad.
that?
I would have
worse?
called immediately.
No, you know what's
Yeah.
worse is my mom had a boyfriend that my brother and I found we were on his computer, we wanted to print
Yeah.
something, and we found a saved document, and it was a poem
Oh,
written to our mom.
wow.
We thought it was the funniest thing. Oh, we printed that out. We were doing staged readings of it.
Wow.
It was hilarious. So I get it. Sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
when you're looking at the letter that's been written,
Yeah.
very funny.
So thanks for that. I actually, I wrote about this in my book, and a young woman came over to me after one of our book events around the country, and she said, I would never read the letter out loud. I'm like, thank you very much. She goes, no, today it would be texts, and I would airplay them up on the screen for all of my friends to see. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're a horrible person also. So
She's like, no, I would take it a step further.
by the way, postscript on this, we went to Lori's 30th college reunion, I think it was last year, and her friends still remember passages from that letter,
That
and
is
were
so
still
funny.
making fun of me. Yeah,
Well, maybe you should
No mercy.
publish it.
we did find it recently.
Love letters to Lori.
Yeah, I think she would
Ooh.
love
Yeah,
that.
you'd
What do
probably
you
have a
think?
series. I think you should do it for her
Ma-
birthday or something.
maybe-
Like self-publish a little book, Love Letters
Yeah.
to Lori.
What if maybe if I don't tank your ratings,
Yeah.
you'll have me back, and we can bring
We'll
Laura,
bring
and
Lori.
we'll just read them aloud.
I love
I
it.
would love
yeah,
that.
wouldn't that be
Oh,
great?
everyone would love
She
that.
would love that
We'll
too,
read
I'm
it.
sure.
We'll read it to you.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. She'd be mortified. But yes. But I got the girl.
You did get
You
the
did.
girl.
We actually, right after college, 6 weeks after college, got engaged. How about
That
that?
is so
Yeah.
cool.
Just knew she was the one.
Yeah, and it's worked. You know,
I mean, she's leaving me for my birthday and
That's
Father's
true.
Day. So I
That's
don't know.
true.
Yeah.
But she's staying for the.
Strategic.
Yeah.
29 years, 4 kids. We have an amazing marriage.
I think that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
That is
I'm
just.
blessed. I'm really blessed.
It's wonderful. And it's wonderful you can juggle all these things. Like
Yeah.
I juggle a lot. Does
Yeah.
it ever get overwhelming? Like trying to figure out what to wear and, the phone's ringing
That's the
and
number one thing she's
so
thinking of.
yeah, what to wear?
what to wear.
Yeah.
The office is calling. The kids are screaming. They want breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And, you've got to handle all these big issues in Pennsylvania because we do have a lot of stuff that you have
Yeah.
to do.
So on the what to wear, I basically wear the same thing every day. Blue suit, white shirt. Not
Smart.
the same one. I've got
Oh,
many
good. I
of
was
them.
I was
Yeah.
wondering
No,
because
no,
I do see you in the same
I
thing
do
every time I
laundry.
see you.
Yeah,
on
it didn't
you're
TV.
smell
good.
when you walked in, so we figured
No,
it
I
was
think
different.
Figured
We're
you
good.
We're
Yeah, we're
good.
good.
We're good.
No, I have learned over the years to not worry about things that I think are not that important, right? To wear. And second, to compartmentalize well. And so I walk in that door. Obviously, if there's an emergency, I'm going to focus on, I'm going to deal with it, but I'm focused on the kids. That's my time to be with them. That's my time to be with Lori. We try each day when we're together, like physically together, we're obviously running around a lot, take a walk, reset, have like our time to talk. So I think like we don't get a ton of time, right? I think a lot of couples would look and say, God, you spent an hour with your wife today. But you know what? That hour was focused. That hour was, important. And that hour was, something that really helped me get through the other 23 hours of the day.
And even people who aren't governor, who have 4 kids,
Yeah.
have a hard time
Everybody's dealing
finding
with
an
stuff.
hour, right?
Yeah, everybody's dealing
Everyone.
with stuff.
Everyone's got something.
Yep, absolutely.
And everyone's dealing with something. And I tell that to some of my friends who, no one cares. My world's falling apart. I said, but, when my husband died, I was driving down the street. No one else knew what I was going through.
Right.
And somebody every day is going through something difficult.
Everybody is. I think, I don't know, to me, as I'm dealing with so much grief that others are dealing with, so much trauma that, and again, thank God, not things that are impacting me or my family directly the way you had to deal with. I have found that I just have a lot more empathy for people. I know everybody's going through something. Everybody's dealing with something. And so I've tried to be forgiving more of people who might lash out or might not be their best selves in that immediate moment. Know that there's a lot going on behind the scenes everybody's dealing with.
But you guys have gone through a lot too, like
Yeah.
with the arson attack,
Yeah.
Yes.
and there's grief in that
Yeah.
loss of safety. I don't want to put
Yeah.
words in your mouth there, but do you mind talking about the feelings and grief around that?
I mean, it's been hard. Maybe not in the way that you think, as governor, but it's
Yeah.
been really hard as a husband and a father. I mean, was about a year ago. We had just finished our Passover Seder at the governor's residence. Community was there, family was there. It was wonderful. And we had just gone up to, our residential area, like to go to sleep. And someone broke in the governor's residence, wielding a metal hammer that he said he was using to hunt me down, to beat me to death with. And in the process, threw Molotov cocktails throughout the governor's residence, destroyed a good chunk of it, and really made us feel vulnerable from a safety perspective. I'm blessed in my work as governor to have the Pennsylvania State Police with me and my family, keeping us safe. But the thing that has been the hardest to deal with has been not the official events I go to or what have you, because again, they're there to protect us. It's trying to explain to your kids why people do that. Trying to explain to your wife and kids that this career that I've chosen, where I feel like I can have a ton of impact and do good things for people, that has put my family's lives at risk. And I'm still not totally right on that. I mean, I'm still working through that. And, we made a group decision that I'd run for reelection this year. We knew that we can't let the bad guys win. But it is something that still is in there. It's still something we think about. And it's still something I think we all grapple with in our own way. Yeah, for sure. There's no question.
And I think, we're all here about moving forward after an event like that. And I think that you're proof of that, and saying, you're running for reelection to not let them win. You are moving forward in spite of that loss.
Yeah.
And it's very brave, and it gives the people a lot of hope and shows them you too can move on from what's happened to you.
Yeah, I mean,
and
look,
still have a great life.
A lot of people have dealt with way worse than us, way worse.
You can always
than us.
find worse.
But I think it is important to move forward, and it is important to move forward, not just physically, right? I'm going about my day, I'm working harder than ever, but emotionally as well. And to be able to be emotionally good yourself, and also as a parent, be emotionally there for your kids. And as a spouse, make sure in my case, your wife is okay as well. I mean, that it's a lot. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think a lot of people look at it superficially and think, oh, well, how has it changed his role as governor or what have you? That has not been it. It's really been as a dad and a husband.
Exactly. We see no change. We're just feel lucky to have you as our governor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I mean that.
I appreciate that. And I'm grateful for your service. I mean, to be on the front lines in Bucks County as you are, that's tough. By the way, tough to win in Bucks County. And you've done it twice, and very, very impressive.
Trying a lot, though.
Yeah. It's great. It's great.
It's been great. I love Bucks County.
And I know it's sacrifice on the family, too. I mean, you're out a lot and, doing hard work.
I was her first campaign manager in 3rd grade.
Wow.
Yes. So I started running in 2005. I lost 2005. But Emma was my campaign manager.
That's awesome.
Don't
I
hire
only
a third grader.
Yeah, it was difficult. I just gave her a bag of Fritos or some kind of chips or something as pay. I got her a little polo shirt, campaign manager.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, we still have it.
I bet it was cute.
It was great.
It was very cute.
By the way, my first campaign manager, when no one thought I could win, my sister. How about that? Now, she wasn't in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
But
Probably a little bit more strategic.
She did a hell of a job.
And it was a bigger office than recorder of deeds.
State representative.
That's big.
Nobody thought I could win, but my sister and I locked arms and we went out and did it.
That's so
Yeah.
great.
As long as your family believes in you.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's all you need. Now, we like to wrap up our podcast here with 2 special things. Number 1, we love food and throwing food, and
You gonna throw food at me?
not at you.
Not at you, never.
With you.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so
Love
we
them.
heard that you love Hershey Kisses.
Love them.
I think, they're a big representative of joy. So
And Pennsylvania.
And Pennsylvania.
Yes.
so here,
All right.
can't get in on this.
Okay.
Here,
Where do
Mom,
we
I'll
throw
give you
them?
some. I'm throwing
Where
them
we
up.
we're just going to throw them up, just
Yeah,
straight up. Emma?
straight
Wait,
up
which
there.
camera's on?
All of them.
All of them.
Oh,
Oh, my
okay,
goodness.
Great.
Okay.
Here we go.
We'll look right here. Yeah.
Going there.
Tell
All
us
right.
when, Emma.
Here, Governor Shapiro. Have some Hershey Kisses.
Oh,
You hit right
look
at
at
the
that. I
camera.
hit the lens. I love it.
Well, you're the
We love
governor.
it,
We
we
let
love
you
it.
hit the
There you
lens,
go.
right?
Mom, you want to wrap it up? We've got Robin's words of wisdom to wrap up every episode.
Words
What do
of
we
wisdom.
got for us
All right.
today?
Well, this comes from my grandmother on my dad's side.
Okay.
She always told me, do what you can and can the rest.
Oh, I like that.
I love that. So when I'm
Yeah.
at work, I do what I can the rest.
Yeah, because
Isn't that
there's
great?
so much noise in the world. And if you can just kind of push that aside and focus on what you can control, what really
Right.
matters, I think
Right.
that's great advice.
Isn't
That
it?
was your grandma?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
One
cool.
of them. I had two, and they both
Yeah.
said a lot of good things that I will be sharing on here.
I love that.
I just thrilled I can remember all of
Cool.
them.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
So tune in next week to hear what Robin's got for her words of wisdom. Governor, thank you so much for
Thank
being here. This has
This was
been
great.
an absolute honor. Thanks for being our first guest and, really breaking the ice here.
I think it was great. And listen, congratulations to you guys, not just on the podcast, but turning your grief into like real purpose. And not just for yourselves, but you're inspiring a whole lot of other people.
Did you
And I
hear we
think
won
that's
a Webby
beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it's very
for
impressive.
social impact?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
loves to throw that in
I
there.
just love that.
There you go.
I
Clearly.
do.
All right. I mean, it's
I
it's
want to do
amazing.
good in the world like
And you are.
do.
And you are.
know, that's something that's important to me to give back.
And you are. And this platform is going to allow that. I think it's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Oop, I was a goalie.
She was a goalie.
I
Thanks
love
for
it.
being
Championship
here.
goalie.
Thanks,
Guys,
Coach.
make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share it, all that good stuff. We will see you next time on Laughs After Loss.